Welcome back to Amazing Facts and Stories. I hope you enjoy. Please like, please subscribe, please hit all notifications, and please share this video around on Facebook. This is where we left off at the last reading of this story. He was gorgeous, remembered Anna's cousin Margaret. Swooning, James Wagner was slight, 5 feet 6 or 7, with an athlete's physique and a face that would melt a girl's heart, model perfect features. Dancing blue-green eyes, movie star white teeth, and jet black hair that formed a widow's peak. Oh, his mother once exclaimed, "If you see his picture, it'll take your breath away." He was a bit of a dandy, always immaculate and stylish. But he was not conceited, according to his brother. Jimmy wasn't like that. He didn't act like he knew he was handsome. Anne, her cousin Margaret stated, was madly in love with Jimmy. On December 6th, with the scent of war in the air, the Beaver left New London under sealed orders to carry supplies to an unknown destination. The families and lovers of the ship's crew stood on the dock and cried. Recalled one wife, the next day the Japanese bombed Pearl Harbor. Rooney took a part-time job after school at the Boston Candy Company, the local soda fountain, mixing milk shakes and dreaming of Jimmy. He materialized again in 1942, at the end of her sophomore year, for a few days training in New London. That fall, the Beaver sailed to Roseneath, Scotland, with James Wagner aboard. The two exchanged love letters and became secretly engaged. After half a year, Jimmy wrote with news that he was one of a few men chosen to be trained as Navy fighter pilots. A few months earlier, Rooney's screen idol, Priscilla Lane, had eloped with an Army pilot and had revealed a secret first marriage and divorce. Anna Iverson's own forbidden romance must suddenly have seemed more enticing than ever. James Wagner was sent back to the States to begin classes in March of 1943. And Rooney, who was then in her junior year, dropped out of high school about the same time. The family could use the extra money she would make working full-time. But more likely, she was angling to marry Jimmy. She didn't seem too interested in school, recalled John Linklater, a fellow student at Chapman Tech. So it looked like she would rather get married. Rooney took a job, most likely as a riveter for Electric Boat, a dockside company that built submarines. Jimmy, meanwhile, progressed through a series of Navy flight schools beginning in New Orleans and continuing in Natchitoches, Louisiana, Dallas, Texas, Athens, Georgia, Corpus Christi, Texas, and Pensacola, Florida. While they were apart, a photographer took a few headshots of Anna. Probably for Jimmy, though she told his brother, Gene, that she was modeling, or at least had posed for something. The portraits are high glamour. In one, Rooney's hair is swept off her face in a partial pompadour, and her head is tilted dreamily to one side. Her Cupid's bow lips are accentuated with deep scarlet, and her eyebrows are fashionably plucked. It is the image of a woman who cared greatly about beauty and allure and illusion. The next chapter in Rooney's saga, like several that would follow, is slightly mysterious. On August 10th, 1944, she and Jimmy Wagner eloped. She was several months past her 18th birthday. He was 23. The wedding was in Pensacola, Florida, where Jimmy was completing advanced flight training. No one, including Jimmy's mother, with whom he was very close, seemed to anticipate this event. It came as a shock right out of the blue. Catherine Wagner recalled, "We knew that he was going with the girl, and he seemed to think an awful lot of her, and she of him." Catherine Wagner and her husband, Harold, were informed of the wedding by telegram. She remembered Jimmy saying, "If you have enjoyed this, please like, subscribe, hit all notifications, and I will continue reading." Thanks for joining Amazing Facts and Stories.